We saw Zoe being put through the medicine bells, and if you still need further inspiration like I do to get that summer buddy on track, well, Graham is in the lounge with Lauren Moore to talk about what we should be eating.
Spring is undoubtedly in the air. The first thought that comes to mind, of course, is it's time to clean, and more specifically, to clean up our diets, clean our bodies of all that winter comfort food. So to kickstart your health routine and get your body on the right track, try Jungle Oats for breakfast. Great platform to launch your day. It's made from 100% pure whole grain oats. Assists, we know, with heart wellness as well. Low GI, high in fiber, which will leave you feeling fuller for longer, so you'll be less prone to snack throughout the day as well. So back in studio this morning to give us all the do's and don'ts on summer and spring nutrition is registered dietitian Lauren Moore. Lauren, welcome back.
Thanks for having me.
I suppose we're still feeling a bit of that winter fallout, the sniffles still doing the rounds. Spring and all of this beautiful fresh produce that's coming into the local market gives us an opportunity to boost the immune systems. What should we be focusing on moving into the new season?
Dietitians love to say, make your plate look like a rainbow. So I think that's always a practical tip that's really beneficial. So the reason we say that is because different foods have different makeup of vitamins and minerals and antioxidants and that type of thing. So your green leafy vegetables are really high in certain vitamins and minerals. Your orange vegetables like your carrots and your pumpkin and your butternut, they're all high in a certain amount of different types of vitamins and minerals. So if your plate's looking quite colorful, it means that you're getting a bit of everything. So that's always a good, exactly, always a good place to start. And also you really want to focus on your vegetables and your fruit. Fruit you don't want to do excessively just because it does have carbohydrates, but you definitely want some fruit in your diet. And vegetables as well, because the fruit and the veg are going to give you the most antioxidants and the vitamins and the minerals. So they'll really boost your immune system and get you ready for spring and summer. And
the ridiculous thing is we spend so much time focusing on getting the right supplements and vitamins in, forgetting that it's all about that whole state, about getting it in its most natural form.
Absolutely.
And we've got that. We've got food in abundance, certainly this time of the year. I think also, you know, they say a summer body is made in winter, but maybe for a lot of people that mindset, the diet mindset kicks in and we are more prone to the fad diet. How do you feel about these kind of crash diets, or a diet that forces you to break that mold? Is a kind of shock to the system a good thing, or where do you see diets locking in?
I think we underestimate like how stressful springtime can be for a lot of people. A lot of people are body conscious, and it's now a bit of a wake-up call that summer's around the corner. So it can be quite an emotional time, and that makes you a little bit desperate and feel like you need to do something a bit crazy, like those fad diets. I would always try to avoid them as much as possible, just because, yes, you might lose weight, but you're probably going to gain it back a couple of months afterwards.
Stop,
So I would say the best way of like approaching that goal of trying to lose weight and get things in order is to not only focus on the diet. Yes, you want to get things going with it, healthy eating and focus on balance and meal prepping and that sort of thing, but also try and focus on the rest of your lifestyle and try and get a little bit of exercise going in as well. Maybe try the park runs or get a friend and start exercising, because if you're only focusing on the diet, then you are going to feel desperate and you are going to feel like you need to do something crazy, which is not going to benefit you long term.
No, completely. I think to make it sustainable, if you're buying into a culture or you're buying into an activity that excites you, that you're looking forward to going and meeting your friends to go and do the park run, something like that, it does become hugely motivational. I think also where diets go out the window is when you're looking at your whole family's health. You can't all go on a crash diet. You want to instill a basis of healthy, holistic eating. What does a healthy diet for the whole family look like? Can everyone eat the same diet and be healthy?
Oh yeah, definitely. So you want to focus on balance. I always talk about balance, and what I mean by balance is just making sure that you're not cutting out any entire food group. Yes, you want more of some food groups than others, so you definitely, the whole family should be eating lots of vegetables and a good variety of vegetables. So aim for that half a plate of veg, ideally lunch and supper if you can. And then just portion control and choosing lean proteins and healthy fats, but approaching it more as, like you say, something that's sustainable for the whole family. And we should all be eating the same types of foods. Obviously, if you've got a medical condition, you need to focus on specific things, but otherwise, definitely.
Yeah, I suppose if your children see you enjoying that, then they're going to be that much more likely to enjoy it and take that on board long term. Are there certain food groups that we need to focus on from an age perspective, i.e. should kids be cutting out certain things? Should we, as we get older, be cutting out certain food groups? How do you approach that? Are there certain milestones?
infant feeding is a whole different ballgame, so we won't go there. So we'll deal with maybe older children up until adulthood. Yes, obviously in certain times of your life you need a little bit more of certain things. If you're pregnant, you need more calcium and you need more folic acid. But generally speaking, you should never cut out entire food groups. It's never going to be healthy unless you've been diagnosed clinically with an issue like lactose intolerance or gluten intolerance or celiac disease, which is when you can't tolerate gluten. So unless you have a medical condition where you need to cut things out, generally speaking, it's not a good idea to cut out whole food groups. And a lot of people have become prone to self-diagnosing and Google diagnosing.
Unfortunately, yeah.
So, and there have actually been studies which show that, for example, with gluten intolerance, if you're not intolerant to gluten and you cut it out, you're more likely to gain weight and get an increased waist circumference, because a lot of the foods that, when you cut out gluten, a lot of the foods that you're cutting out are actually the foods that have got quite a lot of fiber. So it can actually work against you by doing that sort of unbalanced eating.
So interesting. I think ultimately balance.
Yes.
Balance and colour seems to be inspiring us. So living a little healthier means you're setting the stage for your day-to-day well-being and energy levels, not just for yourself, but for your whole family. So start by making small changes in your diet, not the crash diet, and by being more aware of what you're eating. And before you know it, you'll have that spring back in your step.
South Africa's original oat champion now has a range of nutritious, delicious muesli. New Jungle Muesli, available in an exciting variety of flavors.